If you had kids, how would their diet look? So I am going to have kids right now because I'm pregnant. No, I'm not. When I do have kids, I want to Hello my honeys, it's Emmie. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Emmie. I'm a nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program. So if you want to work with me as well as a mindset coach and a nutrition coach so that you can lose weight on a starch-based diet, then go ahead and click the link in the down bar or go to healthyemmie.org. Also, make sure that you hit subscribe and you turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified every time the freshest news in the Healthy Hunnies world is coming at you live, which is every Wednesday and Saturday. Today I am doing a personal Q&A. So if you don't care about me, get the heck off of my channel. I'm just kidding. I don't care about me either. I can't blame ya. So if you don't care about me, then that is so fine. You can click right off. But if you are a nosy little honey, then keep watching because we are gonna spill the tea. I went onto Instagram and asked you guys for questions. So make sure you're following me on Instagram at Healthy Emmie so that you can be a part of the next Q&A. Let's get into it. All right, honeys, let's do it. When will you move into your home? So my home was supposed to be ready on October 22nd. Back in May of this year, May of 2020, I decided that I wanted to build a house. And so I am doing that. And it was supposed to be ready this month, next week, actually. No, it's fine. But it is going to be ready in November now. So I guess that whenever you are building a house, delays are just so expected that you just wait for the email that says, actually, it's gonna be a little bit longer. And that day came a couple of weeks ago. So November 12th is the new closing date. 12th is hard to say. It's like how people from the UK don't say 6th, they say 6th. 6th. No, they say 6th. Who cares? Yes, so my home is going to be ready on November 12th. The day after November 11th, my home will be ready, which I believe that's Armistice Day. I know that. I think it's also traditionally Veterans Day. Don't call me a genius, because I'll do it myself. Significant other update, house, just life in general. Love getting to know you. That is so sweet. Thank you for saying that you love getting to know me. I love getting to know you too. Significant other update is he's tremendous. I keep getting asked if I will ever bring my significant other onto YouTube. You know, I love him so much. And when it comes to the internet, people can say anything. And so if people want to say things about me, like bring it on, you know, and I'm lucky that the Healthy Hunnies are incredible. And so I don't get much of that at all. But in the case that somebody would say something horrible, I could take it. My skin is thick as Georgia heat. I just kind of made up that simile and I like it. So the Healthy Hunnies are just, you guys rock, and it's rare that I get any haters, but you know, they come. And so I would never want anybody to ever say anything bad about him. And that would just break my heart. And I feel like his protector. Like I never want him to be hurt or anything. He's the best. And so by putting him on the internet, then I risk that somebody could say something bad about him, which would just kill me. So that's the update. Tips for financial success. I can't wait to see Healthy Home. I cannot wait to show you Healthy Home. I feel like it's never going to be ready just because I'm so anxious to get into it. But tips for financial success are to hire somebody to handle your finances for you. Honest to God. My father, that is like his thing. He was born to handle money. That is his absolute obsession. The way that I am about nutrition and helping others with nutrition is the way that my dad is about finances. Like, he could talk, he has read every book about money on the market. He invests my money for me, of course, with my permission. He doesn't just take it. But we have financial meetings, and he says, you know, let's put this money here, let's put that money there, let's invest in these stocks. I opened a retirement fund 2 days after my 18th birthday, and the reason why I didn't do it on my 18th birthday is because it was President's Day and the bank was closed. But 2 days after my 18th birthday, my dad and I marched down to Fidelity and we opened up a retirement fund. I don't have tips when it comes to finances because I know what I'm good at and I know what I'm not good at and what I should outsource. Financial success is something that my dad has down to a T, and so I have hired out for him to do it for me. What's your favorite way to spend time with your significant other? I love my significant other so much, and everything that we do, I do not laugh with any other human as much as I laugh with him, because everything is just so funny and so entertaining. And the thing is, it's not that you need to find somebody to do fun things with. You need to find somebody that makes doing things fun. So everything that we do is, for some reason, becomes hilarious and just cracks us up. And I could do absolutely anything. We could roll coins together. We could, find needles and haystacks together, and it would be the most entertaining activity in the world. So my answer is anything, and I'm just so grateful to have him in my life that every moment with him is such a gift. And the answer is like breathing oxygen, because it's all just so amazing. How do you do your eyebrows? Do you like my eyebrows? I am obsessed with my eyebrows. I don't let anybody touch them. Nobody can touch these puppies except for me. I get asked if they're microbladed. Nope, these are my real hairy eyebrows. Yeah, let me tell you though, I did not always have the eyebrows that I once have. When I was little, I had nice big eyebrows, and then in middle school, which girls don't do their time anymore, but I did my time, and I plucked my eyebrows until there was nothing left of them. And then I committed to growing them back, and it was my freshman year of college when I was 18. I was like, I'm gonna commit to growing my eyebrows back. They're going to look absolutely ridiculous, but I didn't pluck them for like 6 months. And did they look ridiculous? Yes. Did it pay off? Yes. Because by my sophomore year of college, I was known as the girl that runs with the good eyebrows. I saw some girl at the party once, she goes, oh, and then she said my name, my full name, and she was like, you're this girl that runs with the good eyebrows. That was my legacy. Okay. But to answer your question as to how I do them, I heard of the Anastasia method, and this is the method that I use. So what you do is you fill in your eyebrows how you want them to look, and then you start plucking them or waxing them or threading them, whatever. Don't thread, wax, pluck, and then fill in your eyebrows. Fill in your eyebrows and then go ahead with the hair removal. And that's the method that I use, and I touch them up every other day. And also I do, if you take a pencil and you line up from your nose to here, that's where your eyebrow should start, nose to here. Where your eyebrow should arch, the arch should be from your nose through your pupil right there. That's where it should arch, right there. And then where your eyebrow should end should be from nose to the edge of your eye, right there is where it should end. And that's what I use to fill it in. Do you drink alcohol? No, I do not drink alcohol. I have had alcohol, and I made a decision when I was 12 that alcohol was not for me. And that was a decision I made, I remember so vividly to the day. I said, I'm not doing that. That is not for me. And when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. And when I was 12, I made that decision. I said, I'm not gonna get into that stuff. And so I've had alcohol before. I strongly dislike how I feel when I have it. I haven't had a sip of alcohol in, man, I mean, I was in college the last time I had a sip, and I actually never had a sip of alcohol on my college campus. But I basically think it was 5 years ago, the last time I had a sip of alcohol. How long have you been vegan, and when did you begin new healthy habits? I have been vegan for 6 years. I went vegan when I was 19 and I'm 25 now. And as far as healthy habits go, I was an athlete growing up, and so being active was always a part of my lifestyle. And I would always say, I was always a generally healthy kid. I never got sick. I was always involved in sports. I was very happy. I was a very healthy person growing up. And then I started to lock into nutrition when I went vegan when I was 19. That's when I started to focus on nutrition. If you had kids, how would their diet look like? So I am going to have kids right now because I'm pregnant. No, I'm not. When I do have kids, I want to raise them to be the healthiest that they can be, but also be empowered to make their own decisions. So when I'm the one feeding them, I'm going to feed them completely plant-based and a really wholesome, nutritious diet. I also want to empower them to make their own decisions. So it's not going to be a religion that I'm going to force upon them. And as they get older, they can make their own decisions just like I made my own decisions. But here's the thing. When I was growing up, my parents made a choice for what I was going to eat, and they chose that I was eating what pretty much every other kid was eating, which was a standard American diet for the most part. But you make a choice either way. As far as, am I going to feed my kids animal products? Well, you make a choice to do it or you make a choice not to do it. It's not something that I want to do. I don't want to put that into my children's bodies if I have the power over that. So I am not going to give my kids any animal products at this point in my life. That is the decision that I've made for so far. Okay, I'm laughing because this is my literal mom who wrote this question. Where else would you live? Where else would I love to live? So I have lived in the UK, I lived in London, I've lived in Australia. Those are the main two crazy places that I've lived. I went to college in North Carolina. I'm currently living in Massachusetts. I grew up outside of Boston. This is where I live now. I went to school in North Carolina. I studied in London, so I lived in London for a bit of time, and I lived in Australia. I could cry thinking about how much I love this place and how it was the most magical time of my life was London. Living in London, loved it. I loved every single second of it. And it was such a magical time in my life, and we had so much fun when we were there. But I also know that the life for me is the life on a ranch with no humans around me except for my significant other and my family. So I also think that the life for me could be out somewhere in the country. Maybe even I would not be opposed to the Midwest. And the only thing is that I would love for my family to be there too. So I would love, I was on Zillow looking at real estate in Texas. And not that I'm moving to Texas or anything like that, but real estate is just so cheap there. It's unbelievable because I think about how much I paid for my house, and then I look at the houses in Texas that are the same amount, and I'm like, oh my God, I could literally live in a mansion for that amount, and compared to what I'm building here in Massachusetts, it's just stupid real estate in Massachusetts, how expensive it is. But I really think I would thrive. I'm such an introvert. I really, really am. I love being alone. I love being where it's quiet. I am not the life of the party not at all. That is not my personality. I am not like dancing on tabletops. I like to wake up early and go on runs and go to the farmer's market and then like go to bed at 8 p.m. Like my significant other and I are like, we talk about how much we love going to bed early, and so that's why we get along so well, because we both love it. But I am not like out partying at bars and nightclubs. Like I would rather eat my own toenails than do that. So I'm not your typical 25-year-old, but I just love being out where it's quiet and peaceful. It's so good for your nervous system as well. I really think I would thrive but with, you know, by myself, in my significant other, my family in the Midwest. The only thing is that I would miss my family. I want my family to be around, especially with having children, raising a family. I would want family to be nearby. That's the only thing that really keeps me here in the outskirts of Boston, is that my family is here, honestly. And that's the only thing. Otherwise, I think my significant other and I would move somewhere else. It's just, I want to have family here. So that's the only thing. That was a really long answer. Do you plan on getting married and having kids? Yes, I think I kind of have talked about that throughout the Q&A. Yes, I do. That has been a part of me like forever. That's always something I've dreamed of, is having kids and raising a family. That's in my blood, without a doubt. How do you run so far? I have been a runner forever. When I was little, I remember so vividly asking my mom if I could go for a run, and I was in like elementary school, and I remember my mom saying, okay, you can run laps around the block. So I would just like run laps around the block. It's just something that I love to do. And it's this mental space. Running is this mental space that you can only access, or I've only been able to ever access, through the act of running. It gets you into this it's a meditative state for me. It feels like a buzzing, you know, this calm buzzing. That's how, and I want to buzz, but you all know what a buzz sounds like, but it feels like a and you can kind of numb out during it. That's how I feel when I run, and that's why I love to run so much. And I do run so much because it's a part of me, and I can't imagine life without it, and I hope that I never have to. Do you love Boston? I'm gonna come visit you one day, maybe when Dan goes. Yes, this is from my client, Matt. I would love to have you. I would love to have you and Dan. That sounds like an awesome time, and that sounds pretty surreal. When I met some of my clients when I was living in Australia, it was so special. It was so fun. I had a Healthy Hunnies meetup where I just met people who just like watched my videos, and then I also had a meetup where I met clients, and that was really special to meet those people in person. So I would love to meet you. All right, my honeys, this video has been so long, so I'm gonna cut it there. If you want me to do a part 2 with a personal Q&A, let me know. I know that this is a weight loss, nutrition, yada, yada, yada channel, and that's my expertise. That's what I know and love. That's what I study. That's my craft. But I also fell in love with YouTube for the lifestyle part of it, and I know that these videos are my favorite videos to watch of people. And so if you enjoy these videos of me, that would be like so cool to hear that you enjoy these videos of me. It's like wild. But let me know, and I would be more than happy to do a part 2. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next one. Woo!